Right.
Welcome, it's Mad for Love, and we're working on Road to Number 1, Episode 3. The title of the video is going to be, Why Even Make Music? If you clicked on this video, it's because you're an individual that was chosen by music. You were chosen to create music. You were chosen to put your art into the world, into the ether, to share it, to change, to inspire people. But not everyone thinks that way. Why do you make music? What is the reason? Why should you have a reason to make music? Having a reason is important. It helps you have a topic, it helps you have structure. It makes your music something you can actually connect with. If you can connect to your own music through what you're rapping about, what you're singing about, what you're putting out to people, what makes you think someone else isn't going to connect with it? You see, that's something that we overlook, is having a purpose behind our songs. Of course, freestyling is fun, don't get me wrong, but really being intentional with what we put out is what gradually impacts the world. There are a lot of things that happen in my life. I'm sure there's a lot of people who've been through worse or who've been something similar to me. That doesn't mean I'm going to share what I'm going through, but I will share it through my music. And in doing that, I create a timeless story, a story that will last forever, a story that can connect with people who live after I die. You have to think about that when creating music. Of course, not to that deep level, but just being present and speaking your mind through your music is timeless art, and it will live beyond your existence. Man, it's such a beautiful day outside, man. It's been very gloomy these past few days. I am from Florida, so if you guys are from Florida, you know how bipolar it is. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful day. I encourage you to go outside after this video. We're just taking it easy. Right now, I'm reading off my journal because I like to write a lot, and I like to really break down my thoughts and put myself up for review, so my future self can look back and see what I have to work on. But this doesn't only contain my ideas and my thoughts, but my emotions, my current state of feelings. That truly helps when creating music. Alright, being able to express yourself in any moment, whether you're sad, whether you are joyful, whether you're excited, even if you're horny. Like, all jokes aside, if you're able to compress your emotions into music and be present, down the line, it's going to be easier to tell what you were going through. And there's nothing wrong with what you express as long as it's a raw emotion. They can be good or bad. It comes down to the intention, what you're trying to express. You could either express emotions in a way to influence others, or you could kind of express to educate others what you've been through. You know what I mean? And it creates this connection that helps others realize that you've been through the same, but you overcame. So that's another idea that I came up with. So whenever you do have an emotion, put that on paper, man. Put it on paper and then put it on a beat. I guarantee there's going to be people who will relate to you. You'll have a deeper connection, and it'll change the life of others, and that'll eventually translate to having a fan that you've helped. In my opinion, that's the ultimate goal, is to inspire others, you know, to move forward, to be the best they can be, to resonate with my music, to know that things are possible. A good versus a bad song. As far as quality goes, as far as mixing, it's all preference. If you like your beats louder than your voice, that's on you. It comes to, like, there's no such thing as a bad song in my opinion, because there will always be someone interested in what you create. As long as you're connecting and communicating correctly, I think that's all that really matters. Don't be discouraged if most people don't like your music. Just because the people in your local town don't like your music doesn't mean my homies in Thailand don't like my music. Doesn't mean my people in Europe don't like my music. You know, it all comes down to who you're making music for and actually reaching those people, you know? And that's why marketing is such a huge thing in music, because you can make the best music, you know, but if you ain't marketing it to the designated people, then who are going to be your fans? Anyways, when it comes to good music, I think good music is just music that's well communicated, music that can actually connect with people. You know what I mean? Of course, quality is a huge factor, but when it comes to actually changing the world, or when it comes to just creation in general, as long as you put intention and effort into it, it's a good song. It's a good piece of art. So there's a huge topic I like to talk about, is manifestation. Through your music, you know, what you rap about is eventually gonna happen. You know what I mean? What you sing about is gonna happen. You have to be very cautious with what you say, with what you put out. And back to what I was saying with rapping about your emotions, you see, I think you have to separate things that you've been through and things that you want. So if you make a song of through a heartbreak or coming from the bottom, that could be used as fuel, that could be used as inspiration to get to the next level when you hear back to it. At the same time, you have to be intentional with what you want to put out for your future self. If you believe making music about sadness all the time is gonna take you to a happy place, of course it might bring you money, might bring you fame, but at the end of the day, will it truly bring you happiness? Are you bringing happiness to others? Of course, you can connect with others at that level and you can relate to other people. But at the end of the day, when you listen back to it, you're putting yourself in that headspace of being sad. So what do you think is going to happen when you start rapping or singing about riches and being great and being successful? Of course, that's not everybody's cup of tea, but let's just put it in the sense where imagine putting out positivity. What do you think is going to come back? What do you think you're going to feel when you're down bad and you hear back those songs that were positive, of you in a positive state of mind? What do you think is going to happen? All of a sudden, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more motivated, inspired, and just ready to move on. And that's what I want to tell you is when you be intentional with your music, make sure that you're doing it for a good reason, for change, for the better of the people you love. Think about all the bad, negative things put out in the world, about all the negative things that don't nourish the mind. It's just gonna fuck people up. You know what I mean? I have no hate for no one who does make music like that. Just a quick disclaimer. I just want to remind you how powerful your words are. You know what I mean? You do you, but at the end of the day, think of why. Think of what's happening. Think of how it's going to impact those who listen to your music. So to conclude the video, I just want to remind you guys, there's no right or wrong way to make music. You just got to do it, and no matter how goofy you are, how intentional you are, if you freestyle it, if you write it down, it's still going to be a song. If you communicate it correctly, it'll be good. If not, cares, and it will forever be a song, and it's gonna be timeless. You know what I mean? No matter how amazing a song sounds to you, there are gonna be people who don't find it as amazing as you do. And no matter how trash you think a song is, there are gonna be other people who won't think that song is trash. So just put out your music and show the world, man. The designated fan will find you, I promise. So the last question I want to ask you, and I might end off with some examples of why I make music, but ask yourself, why do I make music? Just break down the reasons, and it'll give you a better understanding, and it'll even determine if music is even for you. You know what I mean? So for me, for example, it gives me direction knowing my why, and also it helps me aim, kind of like giving direction. It helps me aim what I truly want, you know, when I make music. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's gonna conclude the video. Hope you all enjoyed. This is episode 3 of Road to Number 1. We outside again, feeling good. And of course, don't forget to stay up and to stay blessed, man. If you're seeing this video, you are truly blessed. So you already did that part. Anyways, I'll see you all on the next episode. Peace.